Ah, that's beautiful. A view of the stunning and historic City Hall. Welcome, everyone, to our broadcast here in Philadelphia. Greetings, everyone. Glad to have you with us on this Wednesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. Taking a look here at some of the numbers for Joel Embiid.
And guys, I think the grind of the season is catching up with him a little bit. It comes across in his rebounding numbers. Over the past 5 games, they've taken a tumble. He seems to be wearing down a bit. Maybe tonight, though, he can get his legs back under it.
Here's the starting group for Houston. They've got P.J. Tucker. Victor Oladipo is out there with Wall. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Tate in at the small forward. And for the 76ers, Harris and Embiid together in the middle. Simmons is out there with Curry, and it's Green in at the small forward position. And at the midway point, what stands out, Chris, to you about this phase of the regular season?
Well, Kevin, it's always that the standings are pretty much solidified, the favorites, the cellar dwellers, and this is where a front office will take a hard look at their roster and maybe look to make some moves as well.
And it's in there.
With the strength Tucker has, drawing contact means nothing to him. You can't rattle him. He's tough as nails.
Simmons looking it over. And he makes the 8-footer.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
Now, here's Tucker from the arc. And Victor Oladipo hits from deep.
I mean, he's got a lot of smarts on the court, but Tucker doesn't need to think too much on that assist. He was wide open.
Top of the line, competitive spirit for P.J. Tucker. Doesn't mind doing the dirty work.
Yeah, he's just ecstatic to contribute to a winning team. After bouncing around all those years in Europe and then those losing years in Phoenix, he's found a home in Houston.
Harris drives in. Yep, that one goes.
That's just the big boy muscle of Harris, a real energizer who just fights through contact on his shots.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
That's good from Harris.
I mean, look, every year Harris looks more confident. He goes through stretches where he can dominate.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Doc Rivers gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. This is the first meeting of these two teams, so he didn't know exactly what to expect. But he does know that he wants his guys to attack offensively. He feels their success on that and will dictate their success through the game. So, guys, we can expect them to be aggressive from early on.
Appreciate that, David. Interesting report there, GA. The team focused on what it can do offensively.
Bottom line, in this league, you have to score points. Sounds like they have a plan.
Pacing will be important. You'd like to see them move the ball and concentrate on taking good shots.
First free throw is good.
The combination of shooting and speed Oladipo provides this team is invaluable. And his hunger to keep getting better, also impressive.
Oladipo hits them both. 1:41 left here in the first quarter. Outside, Simmons. Harris looking it over. Lock at 6. Simmons inside. Covered by Wall. Ben Simmons gets the bucket.
Embracing the physicality of the game. Simmons, he's used to getting knocked around a bit on the way up, but he's okay.
Feeds to Tucker. And 1:01 left to play in the first quarter. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
Now here's Curry. 11 points for him in that last game against the Utah Jazz. Embiid. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play. For Philadelphia, they have shot just one free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Dwight Howard's checked in for Harris. Korkmaz comes in for Danny Green. Shake Milton, he's checked in for Curry. And Maxey's subbed in for Simmons. The free throw drops for Embiid.
And there's no question, when Embiid is healthy, he's a problem. I mean, a versatile, confident big man with a high ceiling. You have to appreciate the ball moving and the commitment to getting a high percentage look.
The 76ers have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Pass to Milton. Pass to Howard. Just 5 on the clock. Embiid kicks to Howard. Drills the three-pointer.
Oh, showing off another dimension of his game right there. Howard looking confident, taking the quick shot.
And here's Gordon. Three-pointer. That shot misses. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. 76ers on top. They lead by 1. And the second quarter will get underway. And we spoke with Joel Embiid earlier. He hopes to set an example for those who want to follow.
Being from Africa, at the end of the day, you come here, you want to make an impact.
Well said. Certainly, Greg Embiid puts himself front and center, willing to lead the cause on and off the floor.
And this is where his big personality helps. He has a larger-than-life quality that really just captivates people.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And looking at what we've seen from the 76ers, what do you guys think?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at the Rockets. They've got Caruch, Gordon out there with McLemore. Then there's Brown, and it's House in at the power forward. When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
A pass to Caruch. McLemore inside the line. And no good that time. Now the 76ers take it the other way. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
You got to be locked in on the road. I mean, when there's no cohesiveness on defense, you're in danger.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
4 rotations. I mean, slow help and just not enough toughness on the interior. They've got a lot to talk about.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Tobias Harris is checked in for Howard. Green comes in for Shake Milton. And Simmons subbed in for Maxey. Houston with a big group substitution here. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Caruch. P.J. Tucker comes in for Daniel House. Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for McLemore. And John Wall subbed in for Eric Gordon. Here's Wall. No good off the front iron. And Simmons has got the ball here for the 76ers. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. And the rejection by Cousins. And now here comes Wall leading the break. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And a moment now to check out some of the numbers for Tobias Harris. He's averaging 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
He's oozing with confidence. I mean, and it shows. Every time he steps on the floor, he expects to dominate.
The first free throw is good. And Philadelphia making a change here. Curry's checked in. Both shots good from the stripe. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Embiid against Cousins. Embiid, no good.
That works just like they drew it up until the part where he short arms the layup.
Tate the pass to Oladipo. There's 31 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And Cousins kicks to Wall. And the 3 off target. The 76ers leading by 6. Here's Simmons. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Yeah, 6'10" Simmons. I mean, he has some insane handles. He's phenomenal at creating for himself.
And here's Wall outside. That shot off the mark. And so it's Philadelphia holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They've been giving John. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. They ended the period holding on to a slim 1-point lead. They were firmly in control in the second quarter, and their lead stands at 8 here at halftime. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Sixers?
The presence of Joel Embiid overpowering. Plays physical, doesn't back down from anyone. He really brings an edge to this team.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about the Rockets?
Their rebounding was an issue. I don't think that they showed the toughness that they need. It'll be a focus for them in the second half, I'm sure. They need to establish a physical presence inside.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Victor Oladipo really making a difference here.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
Yeah, I mean, showing that tenacity both mentally and physically.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Harris and Embiid together in the middle. Curry is out there with Simmons. And it's Green in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Embiid inside. Cousins is there. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on DeMarcus Cousins. The 76ers have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
No good on the free throw. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are two guys that still are very reliable.
And everyone wants Simmons to add a consistent outside jump shot. But while that's a work in progress, he does just fine at the rim. An incredibly adept finisher up close.
The 15-footer. That's good, and the 76ers lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Tucker.
You can't give Wall a clear passing lane, especially in the pick and roll. He's too fast.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here.
And C-Webb, as you said with Simmons, when he's going at the rim, he's as good as it gets.
Oh, yes, yeah. Great blend of size, speed, and strength. He controls his body to create space. He can lay it up from unorthodox angles with ease.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. Matisse Thybulle comes in for Danny Green. Shake Milton, he's checked in for Seth Curry. And Maxey's subbed in for Ben Simmons.
I mean, it's difficult not to fall for Harris's pump fake. I mean, he's so clever at getting defenders off the ground and just simply going up and into the contact.
The 76ers have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far. And the first one at the line is good. And Harris drops them both. Chris, you had some great battles with those guys in the 2020 Hall of Fame class, like Kobe Bryant and Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett. And I know you're going to join them in Springfield in the Hall of Fame soon as well.
Oh, thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. It was an honor playing against these guys. You know, when you think about Kobe and the Mamba mentality as a friend, you just miss that competitive spirit, and it was an honor to call him an opponent interfering. Tim Duncan, you had to be prepared when you went up against him. His great Spurs team. Same with Kevin Garnett, just energy and passion, and one of my favorite players of all time. So it was an honor playing against him, and an honor to call them friends.
Now, here's Maxey, guarded by McLemore. Shot clock at 6. Thybulle kicks to Milton. It's rebounded by Houston. Outside Gordon. Pass to Karuch.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
It's his first trip to the line. The first one falls. Korkmaz, he's checked in for Philadelphia. The Rockets also changing it up. David Nwaba is checked in for Daniel House. And it's Sterling Brown in for McLemore. He's perfect from the line this time. Philadelphia leading by 9. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Harris, right side.
Oh, when Harris is down deep, he is exceptional with being physical. Really puts defenders in a tough spot.
The 76ers have shot 6 of 7 at the line. That's good from Harris. Some changes for Philadelphia. Embiid, he's checked in for Howard. Seth Curry comes in for Shake Milton. And it's Ben Simmons in for Maxey. The Rockets also changing it up. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Rodions Kurucs. And it's P.J. Tucker in for John Wall. And Harris drops them both. Rockets trail by 11. Now here's Gordon. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
Oh, I love seeing the power of Cousins on display. The defense has a tough time attempting to contain him.
Pass to Embiid. With 1 on the clock. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. So Oladipo will bring it up for the Rockets. 9-point game. So on the floor for Houston. Gordon out there with Victor Oladipo. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's P.J. Tucker. And it's Nwaba in at the 3 slot.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, he just hit a rough patch. He's trying to climb out of it, but he hasn't been successful.
Pass to Embiid. Outside for Curry. And the pass to Korkmaz. And here's Embiid. Guarded by Oladipo. Just 4 to shoot. Goes back up. And Embiid lays it in. Embiid's got the lead up to 13 now for Philadelphia.
And this is a testament to the concentration Embiid possesses. I mean, he's able to finish despite getting bodied up.
Timeout called the Rockets. They're trailing by 13. 1:52 left to play in the final quarter. Howard's checked in for Korkmaz. Oladipo, the pass to Tucker. High post Cousins. Simmons against Wall. And Simmons with the rebound.
Very aggressive defense to prevent the easy lane.
Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. 5 on the clock. Green passes to Simmons. Curry outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And the 76ers lead by 16.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the 76ers.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game. And I think ultimately that earned the W.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Joel Embiid.
Well, the best work he did came on the boards. Nobody can match his intensity. His rebounding played a big role in this win.
Back to Cousins. That one drops for him.
I mean, you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, how they ended this one is much different than how they started it. And that's a shame.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Embiid against Cousins. Embiid, no good. And Oladipo, here we go. He can't get that one to fall. Great D that time from Green. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.